can see that when you're factoring using the box method or using grouping method, they're just the same thing. They're just represented differently. So let's take a look at how we would factor this when before we only had a 1 here. Now all of a sudden we have a coefficient of 3. How does that change things for us? Well, not a whole lot. So we start the same way. We want to look for two numbers that multiply to be that. So this time we're looking for two numbers that multiply to be 6x squared. And we want those same two quantities to add. We want them to add to be negative 5x. These are all the quantities I can think of that would multiply to be 6x squared. Positive 6x and a positive x, or a negative times a negative. 3x times 2x, or a negative times a negative of the same quantity. And when I look to add those, the one that I think I'm looking for here is this one, because when I say negative 3x plus negative 2x, that gives me the negative 5x that I wanted. So all the rest of these I'm going to toss in the recycle bin. To set up again, I know that my first term was going to be 3x squared, my final term is going to be 2, and then I want these two here. I need those to add up to be negative 5x, whatever they are. And I know what they are because we went and found them. They're going to be a 3x and a negative 3x and a negative 2x. So I'm going to put a negative 3x and a negative 2x like that. Now we play find the common factor. So common factor to negative 2x and 3x squared looks to be just an x. And common factor this way, there's nothing common except a 1. Again, we don't know whether that's positive or negative. And this way looks to be a 3x. And this way looks to be 2. Now we have to figure out positive or negative. So 2 times 1 is 2, that works. 3 times 1 doesn't come out to be negative 3x, so this must have to be a negative. And when I do this 2 times this x, that doesn't come out to be negative 2x, so this must also have to be a negative. So it looks to me like our two factors are x minus 1 times 3x minus 2. Let's see what that would look like if we use factoring by grouping. So again, I'm just going to rewrite my middle term, my negative 5x, as negative 3x plus a negative 2x. I just took that quantity that I liked and put it right in there and replaced the negative 5x. And now I'm going to group them into two parts. And that plus sign between them, don't forget that. And I'm going to say, oh, well, what's common to 3x squared minus 3x? You'll notice that that's where we saw this over here before. Oh, looks like a 3x is common. That leaves us with x minus 1. And what's common to the negative 2x? That's what we saw happen over here. What's common to negative 2x plus 2? Looks like we can take out negative 2. Because remember we said if that's negative, we want to pull out the negative. And that's going to leave us with x minus 1. So I divide both by negative 2, get x minus 1. Oh, hooray, hooray! Look what's common. Yes, that was one of our binomial factors. So that's x minus 1. What's left? 3x and a minus 2. And I'm just going to write 3x subtract 2 rather than plus and negative, because that's cumbersome. And once again, we have found two numbers that multiply to be this quantity.